Alright guys, this Alexia drama and Imjaystation drama where he does videos that people don't know if they're real or not, but if they are real, it's like majorly not allowed by the law, has just gone way too far. Is Alexia actually telling the truth, or was she actually lying the entire time about what she says Jay put her through? Was Jay lying? Like, this is absolutely insane. We're going to pick it apart. Now, we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty on today's video. But nonetheless, let's drop 300 likes for YouTube's fastest news network. And if you haven't followed me already on Instagram and Twitter, at RealGodOfCringe, go ahead and do that. And the fact of the matter is, if you're not subscribed with the bell rung, then you are not up to date. Now, let's jump right into it. Alright, guys. Now, Jay just uploaded a video saying that he broke into his girlfriend's house and then got caught. Well, that's clickbait. If I knew of any clickbait, that's what it would be. Nonetheless, if this is real, like I said, it's definitely violating the law. So it's going to make people click. And he says he's done this and made this video because his last video got like 12,000 likes, which is just ridiculous. Because if one person jumps off a cliff, you're not going to follow them off that cliff. It's just super dumb. So he starts out his video with him and Ahmed going to her house. First of all, doxing her house, if it's really her house. If it's not real, then it would be an Airbnb, which they're not at all worried about doxing. They show the house number, which is, again, not very respectful, as well as showing an image of the front of the house. But in this video, which we'll get into, it's showing that she's not living with anybody. And if anybody, she's just living with her brother. Even though the other day, she just did a video at her mom's house. So this is confusing. We don't even know who to believe or what to believe. But right now, as far as I can see, both Jay and Alexia are major liars. I mean, we already knew she was in on the dead girlfriend prank, even though she kept claiming that she wasn't. We don't even know now if it's true the way she says Jay treated her in negative ways. We don't even know what to believe. So he goes around and checks the doors to this house to see if any of them are unlocked, as if that would make it any better. It's still forced entry. Even if it's not breaking and entering, it's still not allowed by law. So this is just absolutely insane. He's still like teetering and walking a thin, fine line as to what's allowed and not allowed by the law and on YouTube. So I'm not sure if he's learning his lesson, but I hope he is. I want him to get his monetization back so he can upload on his main channel again. I mean, come on. So he checks all these doors, and then he becomes a peeping Tom by putting a camera on her bedroom window, showing her sleeping, which she might not even have been decent at the time with enough clothes on. A little nightlight on in there, as if someone sleeps with a nightlight on. Most people don't, so that's one of the first reasons you know that it might be staged. Secondly, like I said, they're showing the front of the house number. It's probably an Airbnb if they're going to do that. Because I'm thinking that they got back together, but we'll get into that later on in the video. So Ahmed says, why don't we go knock on the front door? Or I think maybe it's the back door. One or the other. That way, she'll come out. We'll hope that she doesn't lock it once she goes back in. And then we can just walk in the house. As if that makes any sense. So she comes out. She says, hello, hello. Well, first of all, most people don't put their whole bodies out of their front door, walking outside when they're barefoot in their pajamas, saying hello, hello. Most people would look through a window, a little peephole in the door, or they'd talk through the door and see who the heck it is, rather than answering the door in the middle of the night. So that's one of the first, or really the third reason you know that they're lying and this is not real and most likely staged. So she goes back to sleep very quickly, and they say, oh, let's do it again. But this time, they go close to the door, they do a bit of planning, and they say, let's hide out next to the door, so that when she opens the door, and she walks out further like she does, or like she did last time, like 5 or 6 steps, again, as if someone would really expose themselves that much outside without shoes on, with pajamas on. And then, of course, we'll go right behind her and we'll sneak in. She won't even know. And of course, they do it again. They knock, she comes out, and then conveniently she walks out several feet past them while they're hiding on the sides of the doors, and she doesn't see them. And of course, they sneak right in because she leaves the door open conveniently. So they go inside. They're hiding. She's in the room, answers or calls her mom and says, I think there's people in the house. Oh no, what am I going to do? Well, first of all, if it wasn't staged, she wouldn't know that anybody was in the house because they were silent. She would just think that people were playing Ding Dong Ditch on her. But, of course, she knows it's staged. She's back with Jay, once again mocking actual victims who have been through what she says Jay put her through. And this was all set up and staged to make her channel blow up again and Jay's Dream Team channel blow up again. It's a mutual thing. I believe they've been talking and planned this. However, it's not a good look for her because it proves that she was lying the entire time. Either that or she's willing to put up with somebody who treats her in that negative way. So, is she going to drop the charges? Yeah, of course she's going to drop the charges. Of course, there's not going to be any court date if they're back together or if she's forgiving him, to the point of them being friends with benefits or friends with YouTube benefits where they help each other in collaboration. Because they know now they're a real dream team. They're a real hot couple now. They're a real hot topic. People are really going to watch now if they're back together. Because they caught the whole world's attention, like I was saying on YouTube when they did the dead girlfriend prank. So, they know what's up. Jay is a fantastic marketer, and he knows that that's what's going to get him more clicks and going to blow up his Dream Team channel now. So, they're in the house. She goes back to sleep. They say they've waited an hour in the kitchen for her to go back to sleep. They then go into the room, sneaking around, and walk around the whole house. And they go upstairs. And they're commenting on these surfboards they see. And they try to get in different rooms. And they find someone sleeping in a room, and they quickly shut the door. But the creaking was so loud when they opened the door. Once again, if it was real, the person would have woken up. So then they grab this. Ahmed says, grab the surfboard and surf down the stairs. So he grabs the surfboard and surfs down the stairs and bangs into the wall at the bottom. Of course, that would normally wake anybody up, especially if they were worried somebody was actually in the house. But conveniently, Alexia doesn't wake up. So they hang the surfboard back on the wall, and then they have the bright idea, oh, let's go check on Alexia. So they're really creepy about this. They go into Alexia's room, and Jay's like, oh my god, I miss her so much. And they're like looking at her, and Jay actually does this to her face, which is actually not even allowed. It's called ASSAULT. Not even allowed by law, which is nuts because, like, once again, like I was saying, he's like skirting the law. Really, it's a fine line for YouTube policy and even the law. So this is like super gutsy of him when he hasn't even got his monetization back yet. I think he needs to be more careful, to be honest, with what he posts. Nonetheless, he's trying to get another banger out there, trying to get another viral video out there. And then, of course, she doesn't wake up when he touches her face conveniently. And then he hides in the bathroom in the shower because her mom calls and she wakes up. But she's waking up in a fake way. If her mom's calling, making a ringtone noise, she's going to wake up immediately, see Jay and Ahmed in the room, and freak out if it was real. But of course, she was in on all this. She hears the ringing and whatnot. And she wakes up slowly, making yawning noises, which are clearly fake, because she does this multiple times in the video, with the yawning noises. She goes into the bathroom to urinate. I think I can say that word on here. And, which is also, I don't even know if it's allowed by YouTube policy, but it's really creepy that they're in there listening and giggling about her doing that, when they're broken up and she's trying to get away from him and whatnot. So, they wait for her to finish, she leaves, and then they go upstairs to hide, and then conveniently, Alexia goes upstairs and finds them. And it's obviously fake when she does this. She finds him almost immediately. She's calling his phone because they deliver pizza to the house under Jason's name. It's not even done very well because honestly, the nail in the coffin, when you know it's absolutely 100% fake, is when she finds them hiding behind the couch upstairs, and then they're talking, and then Alexia goes into her fake, disingenuous character of a YouTuber. The way she's doing it with her hands, her movements, she keeps grabbing her face. It's all so fake. And then the nail in the coffin is when she looks at the video at the end 2 or 3 times, talking to the camera, proving that it's staged, and then saying, if I'm going to talk to you about getting back together or working things out, we'll do it tomorrow. So that they have another video, and then something comes on screen saying we'll have another video tomorrow of us talking. So it's all 100% staged. That 100% proves it. Alexia should have been a better actress. She shouldn't have looked at the camera. Maybe she's fooling some 3-4-year-olds here, but she's not fooling us. As always, guys, I will keep you up to date, and thank you so much for watching.